Hey there, and welcome to I Reckon I'll Read It, the podcast where two Okie gals talk books, share recs, and don't hold back on their mighty big opinions. I'm Beccah.
And I'm Summer. We're so glad you're here. Go ahead and grab some sweet tea, get cozy, and get ready for some good old-fashioned book talk.
We've got a whole heap of books to talk about, and we reckon you're going to want to stick around. Okay, Summer.
Hello.
Episode 7.
We've made it this far.
Woo, woo, woo. Oh, that was a bad one. No, that's worse.
That's worse.
I was trying to do the...
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to stop. Okay, I've got a quick spur-of-the-moment question for you.
Hit me.
What book do you wish that you could unread just to experience it again for the first time?
See, there's a lot of books that could go there. Oh, gosh. I don't know, because some books that I would think of like, ooh, I want that first reading experience. The first reading experience were so special that I don't necessarily want to like forget that. So like originally.
You're thinking about this way too deep.
I probably am.
No, you would just get to relive that again for the first time.
Okay. See, my original thought was maybe Pride and Prejudice because the way that I read that first time was so special. And I think I've told you this before, that I read it in high school for the first time, and I think I enjoyed it so much because the edition I had footnotes that explained all of the like special terms and different things. So I was able to like really understand what was going on, but I don't want to erase that. I fondly remember that experience of reading Pride and Prejudice.
You're one of those people, aren't you? Who it's like, I can't say that I want a new moment because I have an old moment. And like, what if I forget a moment?
That's the thing. It feels too important. So I have a different answer now. Okay. I'm going to say one that's like, I loved the experience of reading it, but I don't hold it so dearly that I could like erase it and reread it again for the first time.
That's kind of how I was going to answer it. Like the one I'm going to say is not going to be like a Hart book.
Okay. The Love Hypothesis by Allie Hazelwood.
That's such a good one.
It was my first Allie Hazelwood, and I had so much fun reading that book. And it like ate up all of my brain power to where I was reading that book over a couple days. And while I was at work, I was focused on that book. Like my brain was still in the world of that book. I couldn't focus on work. I just wanted to keep reading The Love Hypothesis.
I get that. That is actually one I reread every once in a while. Not because I think it's like the best book ever written. I just like the feeling when you read it. It's just like a feel-good story. I also love the fake dating trope. So.
Oh, yeah. It's so good. I'm like that with my first Allie Hazelwood and my first
Emily Henry. I knew it. You were going to say Emily Henry. Because that book, Emily Henry. Because when you said Love Hypothesis, I thought my book for that same emotion that you're talking about was Beach Read.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I like give Beach Read so much like credit in my life for reigniting like reading for me again. That wasn't like just for school. I guess if that makes sense.
That makes total sense to me.
Okay, so mine would probably be the ACOTAR series.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah.
Because A Court of Thorns and Roses, which I mean, now I really could care less about the first one, but let's just say book 2. Just kidding. But the feeling of reading those books for the first time, and I had read fantasy, obviously, like I'm a fantasy girl, like Lord of the Rings, my heart book, we've talked about this. But obviously romantasy is different. They're honestly apples and oranges here, right? So I remember reading ACOTAR for the first time, and I had made fun of a friend for these books. There was 3 of us, and 2 of us had not read it, and we were making fun of the other one, being like, they have wings. Like, and like we were just like trashing these books, and we had never read them. And she's like, please guys, like just try it. And I was like, okay, like I'm gonna try this book. It's getting like everyone's talking about it. And the way that like that book sucked me in, and it's still so important to me. Like, it's not a book that it's like, I mean, I read it years ago at this point, and I read it every year. Like, I read the series every year.
You're such a good rereader.
I am. I just need to own that. But no, like
that is one that I would like to reread again, having no knowledge of, because when I read it, I knew enough to know some things. I didn't know everything, but I knew enough to know. And I wish I had gone in more blind.
So I kind of did go in blind, to be honest. Because I think now, like when a lot of people, it's so hyped on socials that it's like
impossible to avoid spoilers.
Yeah, because the second like you meet one character, I'm going to try not to spoil it on here, but I mean, it's already been spoiled for the whole world. The second you meet one character in the first book, you're already like, oh.
You know what's going to happen.
I know who that person is. Which you're not supposed to know who that person is in the first book, kind of thing.
Right.
I didn't know any of that. And I remember just being like so like torn up by these books. Like at the ending of each one, I was just like, I had to read the next one. It was like obsessive almost, but so fun. I don't know. Like there, even after the first book, like I was so depressed because I knew, even though I didn't know the spoiler, like who the person was, but the way it was written, I was like, no, like that can't happen. And I was devastated. And then you get to book 2 and you're like,
oh, see, I am so gullible. I just take authors at their word so often that I wish I hadn't known what I knew, because I knew to know. I can't.
I knew to know.
Yes.
I love that.
Because I think if I had gone in totally blind, I would have been like fully caught up in all of that more than I actually was.
I think it's funny because people who maybe don't know what ACOTAR is or have read it, they're
they're
so confused right now. They're like, can you just say a name? Like, no, we can't say a name because if you haven't read it, you don't want to know.
You don't want to know. That's
but
what
you
I'm
do
saying.
kind of want to know. What you do? Summer does not want to know.
You don't want to know until you get to book 2 and you have the full payoff.
Right. That is true. I remember a friend telling me that because I was devastated because I was like, I know that what she's going to do. Like, I know that she's going to rip my heart out and there's going to be this other person that comes. I knew it. And they literally, this is how they like consoled me. And it was like, I don't know why it was the perfect thing that I needed to hear. It was like, what happened in book 1 was perfect for book 1. But what happens in book 2 is perfect for book 2. And they're like, you just have to like trust her writing in the process. And I was like, okay, I don't think I'm ever going to like that person. And then it's like, now I love that person.
Interesting.
So okay.
That's a good one. That's a good pick.
But I do wish I could reread it. Just for like the pure, like obsessive, like I have to know. I need the next book. Like I was running to bookstores to buy the book. So it was so fun.
That's cute.
Okay. All right. Let's get to our favorite part of the show, which is the Reading Roundup.
Yeah. So this is where we each share what we just finished, what we're currently reading, and what's up next on the old TBR.
That's right. All right, Summer. So what have you recently finished?
Okay. This is my metaphorical shift from spooky season
where's this going?
into more holiday reading.
Oh, okay.
It has happened. I'm probably not done reading spooky books, but I'm done with spooky season in my mind.
Yes, that makes sense.
I just finished last night the Gingerbread Bakery.
I have been saving it. So I'm excited to hear your thoughts because I've been saying, oh, I see what your rating was. Okay.
Oh, yeah, you can see my Goodreads. So this is by Laurie Gilmore. It is Dream Harbor number 5. So this is in that series that has the Pumpkin Spice Cafe, Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, Strawberry Patch Pie,
Pancake House,
Christmas Tree Farm.
Any classic setting for a Hallmark movie in a title, yes.
Plus things that would not be in a Hallmark movie, like some spice.
Some?
Well, yeah.
If you guys don't know, I have not feelings, like the books are fine, but the spice outweighs the plot for me a little bit in these, except for 2, I was kind of okay with them.
Yeah, I
2
think
of them I was like, eh.
I think it balances more as the series goes.
Okay.
So let me give you the setup for the Gingerbread Bakery. Okay. Oh, you know this is fun when at the end of the Goodreads setup, it has the tropes listed.
Ooh, okay. I do love that.
Okay. From the international best-selling
Wait,
author.
hold on. Before you read the plot, read the tropes because I want to I want to gauge before I know what the plot is if I think I'm going to like the story or not based on the tropes.
Okay, here are the tropes. Enemies to lovers.
Okay.
Found family.
Not as much as you, but.
Small town. Forced proximity.
Ooh, love that one.
And then one that's not on here, but I will say, second chance romance.
That's not your favorite.
It is not my favorite.
Okay. All right. I'm excited about who these two characters are. So go on.
Okay. From the international best-selling author of The Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore comes a highly anticipated Dream Harbor romance for 2025. A wedding in Dream Harbor can only mean one thing. Everyone wants to get involved. With Jeannie and Logan set to tie the knot and Kira desperate to hire out her newly renovated barn at the Christmas tree farm, everything seems to be going well. Annie has agreed to bake the cake, and Mac is responsible for, well, just being Mac. And as the whole of Dream Harbor comes together to celebrate the wedding of the year with snow falling around them, can Annie and Mac put aside their dislike for each other just long enough for the I-do's, or is that one request too far? The Gingerbread Bakery is a cozy romantic novel with an enemies to lovers dynamic, small town setting, and happily ever after guaranteed.
Okay, so really quick for readers who may have not read the other books. They are all standalone in the sense that they're each their own, contain stories, but all of the characters overlap in all of them.
Yes.
So like the wedding in this one is the couple from book 1.
Yeah. And all of the couples from the previous novels show up in this one. And I got to tell you, these books, for some reason, do not stick in my brain.
When did you finish this? Like recently? Like
I finished this last night.
Oh, and you already don't remember?
Oh, no, I remember from last night. Okay. But like the previous series, I read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe like when it came out. How many years ago was that now?
It wasn't that long ago, honestly. Like maybe 2.
These come out like 2 a year, honestly. So I read that one when it came out, and by the time that I read book 2, I forgot everything about Pumpkin Spice Cafe.
See, I actually read the Christmas tree one first, and then went back and read the book or the Pumpkin Pie Cafe, whatever.
Yeah.
And then I read
Cinnamon Bun Bookstore.
The bookstore one.
You haven't read the...
Oh, I did. The Pancake House?
Yeah.
IHOP. International House of Strawberry Pancakes. So House of Strawberry Pancakes. IHOSP. I have read IHOSP. Okay. It was actually one of my favorites of all of them.
I also really liked that one, but I for some reason the like
live-in
single
nanny?
Dad with the live-in nanny, it works for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat that
up. But yes, by the time I got to this one, it's been 5-6 months since I read the last one. I could not remember who these people were. It kept saying Jeannie and Logan and Kira and Bennett, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Bennett. I think that's the Christmas tree one.
It is. And I know now. But like reading this from the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't remember who these people are. I'm on book 5 now. So there's like 10 characters before this that I don't remember.
Oh, I'm in better shape going in than you are then, I guess.
Yeah. All that to say, I still really enjoyed this one.
Okay.
So like you said, these are 2 characters that have shown up in the previous books. No, not Jeannie. Jeannie's there. But this one is Annie and Mac. And they have been like throughout the other books.
Since book 1.
Yeah. Like
there's been a weird tension.
But
I will say a weird tension that's never been explained.
Exactly.
So I'm assuming that's obviously what this one is.
Yes. And she even said, oh gosh, there was like, I listened to the audiobook of it and there was like an author interview at the end, which was kind of fun. But it talked about how from the beginning of this series, she has been getting so much like fan mail
for this one
requesting.
Because I think people were kind of mad about the strawberry IHOSP because it's not what it's called, people.
They were 2 randos.
Yeah, it was like 2 random people, and they're like, we want their story. Max and Annie? Is that what you said her name was? Annie?
Yeah, it's like we've been waiting for 4 books now. And you've been teasing it this whole time.
Since book 1. Yeah.
So it's finally like the payoff, and we get to figure out.
Because even book 2, she's the lead of book 2. It's like they're friends, but they're still not friends like this character.
Right. So it's like finally we get to figure out what is going on, why they hate each other so much. And so this one actually has 2 timelines. Like the current timeline.
Sometimes I like that, sometimes I don't.
It worked for me this time.
Okay.
The current timeline and then the timeline from when they were teenagers.
Okay.
like post high school graduation, and like what happened at that time.
So that's the second chance romance, I'm assuming.
Yes, there was an encounter. There was something that happened
or
back
right
then.
after high school.
And I usually don't like that because I don't usually love like angsty teenager drama romance that doesn't work.
Oh, you can't wait till we get to my recently read then.
Oh, great. But this one really worked for me.
Okay.
I will say, like I said, I think over the series, the spice evens out a little bit where like the plot happens more than the spice. I would say this one is still probably like a 3 out of 5 on the spice rating, and that there's a few scenes. But
you still feel like there's a plot. I feel like the dual timeline already tells me there's more of a plot.
Yes.
Because like my complaint in the past was some of these, I won't say all of them, but a few of them, I just felt like the plot was completely lost just for them to be hooking up.
Yeah.
And
which I will say, at least in, what is it, book 2, like the plot
bookstore
revolves around.
It works in that one because that is like,
it is
she wants a wild, crazy summer kind of thing.
She's checking things off her list.
So it's like you just made the spice the plot.
Yeah.
So it worked. But the other two, I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. So no, this one I really liked. It was like light enough and like not, I mean, they're enemies and so they're like fighting and all this stuff, but it wasn't ever too existential to where I felt like I was getting dragged down in drama and angst. Like it was light enough that.
Is it one perspective or dual perspective?
Dual. And I will say too, I said in the last episode on the podcast, like I've read so many like rom-coms. I'm ready for some like dark books. I'm at the point now where I've read so many dark books. I was ready for a good rom-com. Yeah. And this was like light and fluffy, and it was just so
light and fluffy.
It was so nice. It was just like lovely to be with these characters for a little bit.
And the season is Christmas, right?
It's like leading up to Christmas, and that this wedding is happening at the Christmas tree farm, and so there's like lit up trees, and they go on like a holiday Christmas light house tour kind of a thing.
Oh, cute.
And yeah, it's cute.
Okay.
And the timeline coincides from like when they had this like perfect December together when they were teenagers.
Okay, so that's kind of like what's the balance or whatever, so or the like, mirroring.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
cute.
time and then now.
Yeah, obviously this one's on my like read like right now because I've been waiting. It came out last month, right?
Yeah, pretty recently.
I think it came out in October, if not like right before. And I was like, well, I can't read it yet because it's Christmas. And so I've been trying to hold off from reading it, but I want to read it, which is funny because like I've kind of been like all the books, maybe except for one, kind of all got 3s from me on rating. But like I was already, like at this point, I'm like invested in the characters. Like I got to know.
Yeah.
Like I'll finish a series even if I don't like love it because I needed to have like it be completed.
Yeah. And maybe that was her rationale for making us hold out for this book. I don't know if there's going to be another one. Actually, let me check on Goodreads. Is there going to be a book 6?
Who would it be?
Yes, there is.
Who would be the character? Another rando?
There's the Apple Pie Ice Cream Parlor. That's a novella.
How many more foods and storefronts can we get?
Well, the next one, Dream Harbor number 6, is publishing in May of 2026. It is called The Daisy Chain Flower Shop. We're going to get the florist.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Which I will say that's kind of teased in this book, so that makes sense.
Okay, I am about a good florist, though.
I mean, you can keep adding little small town,
that's right,
main street shops. I'll keep reading them.
I need a hardware store worker now.
Oh, I like that idea.
I will say for somebody who has seen these though, like again, one of my complaints was kind of, the spice outweighs whatever. I think what was problematic for me was like as an adult woman, like whatever, but like the covers are so cutesy and like there's nothing about them that suggests that these would be heavily spicy.
Yeah.
And I didn't really love that because I knew like young girls who were picking these books up. And listen, I'm not one to say like what age it's appropriate for you to start reading that or not, but like I just was like, there's no warning.
There should be a little bit more signaling of what's inside.
Right. I think the book should have ratings, but that's a whole nother conversation to have. I asked for these for Christmas from my mother-in-law to buy these for me.
Oh no.
Thankfully, she didn't because my mother-in-law would have read the back of them and would have flipped through them. I would have been like I mean, I probably wouldn't have really been that embarrassed, but I would have been like,
A little bit.
a little bit, because like I didn't know
Yeah.
how spicy they were. And again, like doesn't bother me, but I didn't want my mother-in-law buying that for me.
Yeah.
You know,
People have feelings.
people have feelings.
So this was cute. I recommend. I'm glad you reckon you're going to read it because
I am.
It's just like so lovely.
I'm now wondering, like, should I change my about to read to this? Like,
Nah.
okay. Well, we got to talk about a different book, so I'll just read both of them.
Okay, so that's what I recently finished. What about you?
Okay, so talking about high school angst, this might be the flashback to that book. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is called Fall I Want. Fall, which is how you spell fall, but they're talking, but like the season, Fall I Want. I'm so dumb. The cover is very fallish.
Mm-hmm. Very orange and red and brown.
There's like a pumpkin and pastries,
Mm.
right? Okay, so the little blurb on the front is "Love is brewing in Cozy Creek, where falling leaves lead to falling in love."
That was written by AI. Cozy Creek?
Okay.
This is
All
like a Mad Lib generator, Hallmark name generator.
That's not much better. We just came
I
from
mean, it's-
Pumpkin Pie Cafe
That's true.
down the road from Pancake House, strawberries, and
You're
yeah,
right. You're right. I
okay.
can't judge, but I'm 5 books into this one. I'm invested.
That's right. Okay. Okay. This is Fall I Want by Lyra Parish. It's a pretty good name, though.
It is.
Okay. Fall I Want is a feel-good, spicy, no it's not, small-town romantic comedy with a billionaire who falls first and harder. Grab a pumpkin spice latte, a warm fuzzy blanket, and make your way down to Cozy Creek. There's also not a billionaire in this.
It was written by AI.
That, like, hold on. Hold on. This is on the back of the book, y'all.
Are you questioning if you read this book?
No, I know I read it, but I'm now... Hold on.
No, this is a different book. You did not read this book.
I did not read this book. Okay, to my defense, look at the cover of this book.
Wait, that's a different book? Oh my gosh.
Okay, I know that you guys have no idea what's going on, but I grabbed this book off my shelf because I was like, this is the one I read. It's not the one I read, but it looks identical.
So you thought you read Fall I Want.
But I read Falling Like Leaves.
And the covers look
They are,
cousins, not twins.
oh my gosh. I don't know. Those people look identical. Look at them.
Yeah, they do. Wow. Same hair, same vibe of clothes,
Okay. Wow.
same
Well,
color scheme. Okay, so you were really judging Fall I Want.
And I've not read it. So I am so sorry, Lyra Parish. Let's go and move on to Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson.
That was amazing.
That was amazing. Even when it said Cozy Creek, I was kind of like, I didn't remember that was its name. Oh, that was not staged, y'all. That was real. Okay, so Falling Like Leaves by Misty Wilson. Gilmore Girls meets Jenny Han. Which I don't know who Jenny Han is.
You know, oh, Beccah.
Who's Jenny Han?
Beccah, this is The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Oh, yeah, I
This
didn't
is
read
12
those,
the Boys
remember?
I Loved Before.
Oh, wait. Okay, yes. I did not know that. That's the author's name?
Jenny Han.
Okay, yeah. I did not know that was her name. But I obviously know what those books are.
They're like so big in the cultural moment right
Yeah,
now.
but I know them by their name, not by her name.
True. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Gilmore Girls meets Jenny Han in this autumnal teen rom-com about a city girl stuck in a quaint small town who must confront her future and her old flame while the town prepares for an annual fall festival. Ellis has a lot of expectations for her senior year. This was my mistake. Okay. But moving from Manhattan to Bramble Falls. Is that
Not
better?
Cozy Creek.
Not
Bramble
Cozy Creek,
Falls.
okay.
That is better.
Okay. Moving from Manhattan to Bramble Falls, Connecticut is not one of them. Yet, in the wake of her parents' separation, that's exactly where she and her mother are headed. Bramble Falls might be charming, but it's also full of distractions, like local barista Cooper Barnett, Ellis's one-time best friend and first kiss, who has not only majorly glowed up, but wants nothing to do with Ellis. Then there's the Falling Leaves Festival, a month-long tourist attraction run by Ellis's aunt, celebrating everything autumn. The festival seems nice and all, but Ellis doesn't have time to be roped into her aunt's enthusiastic planning. Dragged to each event, she can't stop bumping into Cooper, the one person she's hoping to avoid, but the longer she stays in Bramble Falls, the harder it is to pretend she's not falling for this town and the people in it. As her return to Manhattan gets pushed further and further out, Ellis is forced to confront exactly what she wants for her future and what that means for her present. Okay.
Is this YA?
Yes. Okay, so this is when Beccah's toxic traits of not reading the back of the book backfired.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is one of those moments where I've probably really went into like how much I hate YA, so everyone thinks I actually hate YA, and if it has anything to do with that, I don't want to read it at all. But that was probably all exaggerated.
As we know now.
Yeah, as we know now after my confession on episode 6. But YA is not my favorite. It has to be a good YA for me to like it, but I'm usually probably not as angry about it as I act like I am.
Okay.
Okay, so did not know. This was AI. Sorry,
Misty.
Sorry, Misty. I did not know this was YA. But not even young adult, but like they're still in high school.
Yeah.
It was a little too young for me.
And like the whole time, it's not just flashbacks.
No, the whole time. And so they're like 17, 18 maybe.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. When I read the back of that one, it said like it was spicy. I was like, no, it's not. Like nothing happens like that. So it is like no spice. So if you do like YA and you like a good high school story, like sure.
I will say it is so interesting that those two covers look identical.
Yes.
When these are like 17, 18-year-olds and the other one is like a spicy adult romance and the characters look the same on both. I agree with you that like there should be some better signaling.
There has to be. Okay, so this one, the one I read, September of 2025. Now I'm curious.
When fall I
Look at this one while I keep talking. Because if they're both released this year, that's even more crazy. This one was released this year because I got all these like special things with it.
Originally published as Fall I Want in the United States in 2024. Oh, I bet this was one where it was like a self-published. Yeah, self-published by Lyra Parish. And then it might have
then got
re-released with HarperCollins.
Interesting.
Is that who the publisher of this is?
Oh, I don't even know.
Avon, which makes sense for a romance, but very interesting.
Really interesting. But yes, they literally, I'm not over how close that these books look. I thought that was the same book. All right. So the story, I mean, the back of it sets it up. Parents get divorced. Well, they're not fully divorced, but parents separate. She moves to Connecticut with her mom. She's not happy about it because she's in New York. She's like in a really successful internship. That's where I thought was like, okay, is that what they're trying to say the billionaire is? Like, I was really confused. But she moves. She's kind of like grumpy because she doesn't want to be there. Like, it's super angsty. That's why I was saying, like, it's like this angsty teen. Like, I don't want to be here. And then she gets back and there's Cooper, the local barista. But he is basically they were just friends. Kind of first kiss, but they were also like 12.
Oh.
Yeah. And so when she comes back to town, like she's like, oh, there's Cooper. And he does not want to talk to her. And she doesn't know why. So it's this weird, like, he's mad at her.
But they were 12.
They were like 12.
See, can you be 17 and having a second chance romance?
It's definitely a second, but it's like she didn't know. It's like a romance because she's 12. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just kind of weird. Like that was a little weird to me because I was kind of like, I mean, I get it. Like, well, you know what? I'm being really harsh. I don't know. When I was 17, I probably would have been really torn up about some like, when we were 14, you didn't look at me. Like I could definitely see.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I could.
Feels very existential at that time.
Yeah. So like maybe I could understand like it would feel bigger for those characters in the moment. But of course it is I will say it is very like the whole like Gilmore Girls vibe where it's like the quaint little town and there's the gazebo and there's all the events and like all the things. So it does like have that. And I think it does those things okay. The writing is just okay for me, if I'm being honest. And I usually try not to critique that very much. But there was a few writing stylistic things that she does that I was not a fan of.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell you about them because I feel like you're not going to be a fan of them either.
Tell me about them.
Okay. Every time she introduces a character, like, oh, it's Sam. I don't even remember any of the characters' names.
Mm-hmm.
She describes what they look like by their ethnicity.
What?
It's very weird.
Like, this is my friend Sam. He's black.
Yes, this is my friend so-and-so. He's Asian.
Whoa.
Like every description of the character when you first meet them is like their race.
That's a choice.
And it almost felt like she was doing it on purpose.
Like she wanted to have a diverse cast, but
yes,
it wasn't like...
But it felt forced. It did not feel like a natural...
Yeah.
And maybe because... And I am trying to give like a little bit like... It could be because, to be honest, like these types of stories are really going to be white spaces a lot.
Yeah.
And so like maybe she wanted to be over the top in it to create this small town in Connecticut that was diverse.
And honestly, I wonder if the readership of these books tend to be very white-centered too. And so
Right.
she maybe had to like very clearly signal from the beginning of introducing these characters, like, this is a diverse character.
Yes, because there's also some like pronoun choices and stuff that are like made obvious in the book too. So it felt intentional, but it just, to me, was not done well.
Very
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it was so much that like I was kind of cringing when she was saying it because I was like, oh, there's like a different way to do that. Like I don't know, but then I had to keep telling myself like this is YA.
Yeah, that's
and if
true.
your audience is really young, like maybe you do need to be that explicit if you're trying to like make this book. I don't know, but then you look at the cover and it's like so white. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'm not going to try to go into like a huge crazy race conversation on here right now, but like
that might be something that like more sensitivity readers could help with.
Yes.
With how to like, or editing could like more naturally.
Because I do think like the author was trying. And so I will say like, I don't want to like diminish that because obviously we do need to see that.
Yeah. It's great to have a diverse set of characters.
100%. It just felt like forced. I guess.
Very interesting.
So, like, because when it was every single character, it was like, oh.
And the moment that they're introduced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Was there another stylistic choice?
That was the main one.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and then just a lot of, like, just angsty miscommunication at, like, 17 and 18. And I was just like, okay. I mean, I read it in, like, 2 days because whatever. It was an easy read.
Yeah.
But I know a couple other people have read it but again, they're older, have also been like, yeah, like I didn't love it. But
So
I also don't think it was written for me.
I would say maybe not the ideal reader.
Yeah, because I just do not think it was written for me. So I did not connect with it at all.
So you handed me this Fall I Want book, the one that you did not read but thought you did. And I just got to point out a couple things because I don't know that I reckon I would read Falling Like Leaves.
I don't recommend that you should.
Okay.
Maybe a younger listener. Let me know. Like if we have any younger listeners, seriously, like let me know if you didn't have a hard time with it.
Yeah. I do reckon though, I would read this Fall I Want book.
No, when I read that first part, I was like, ooh, billionaire. He falls first. Like I'm in.
And you know, I've made a joke that it's like written by AI or like a Hallmark generator, but like I gotta read this to you, okay? Because obviously neither one of us know what this book is about. So Cozy Creek. The characters are Autumn and Zane. Autumn. Listen, don't miss the other books coming in the Cozy Creek series. Fall at Once, Fall Too Well, and Fall Shook Up.
Love it. Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, I'm so in.
I'm in. I will say the one I did read, Falling Like Leaves, it's set up for a second book as well.
Okay.
And to be honest, like I am kind of interested more in what I think that story could be. Like, I mean, will I probably read it? Yeah, because I read the first one because I'm that psycho of a person who didn't even like it. And I'm like, but there's a second one, so I gotta read it. But yeah, even just reading the first part of this, I'm like,
billionaire. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't.
I'm actually not a billionaire crazy like trope, but I don't know, small town with a billionaire.
I mean, I have some complicated feelings about billionaires in the real world, so. But
right,
billionaires
that's
in
the
fiction,
thing.
I mean.
But I mean, I also have things against like morally gray people
in the real world.
in the real world, but I'm all about them in a book.
That is true.
I'm also a major feminist in the real world, and in the book, I'm like, oh, it's okay that he said that. Which I would never actually think. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about.
Okay. Sorry. What are you currently reading?
Something totally different, Beccah.
Okay, we probably need it after that.
Totally different. Well, it is now November.
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
Thanksgiving?
I have said this before. I said it at book club last
Hold
year.
on.
What is November?
If you say like hoa season again.
Yes, but no.
Which I still don't even know what that means. But I did see a reel the other day where this person was like, oh. And I was like, I don't know, but I know it's from Twilight.
Yeah, now you know at least a little bit more than you did before.
Okay, sorry. What did you say about November?
It's nonfiction November, Beccah.
Yeah, that's probably went in my head and went straight out the other side.
You wouldn't have.
Because I would be like,
got that one.
Be like, no, I definitely don't want to do that. Kind of like the no shave November. I'm probably going to shave. I know that's meant for beards and not legs, but you know what? We're going to say.
I'm so glad I know that about you.
I am going to shave in November.
Hot take.
So you know.
So yes, it is nonfiction November.
Mm-hmm.
And my next 2 books I'm going to talk about today are nonfiction picks.
I'm just kidding.
Will I talk about more next episode? Maybe.
That's okay.
I read so much great nonfiction last year. I think I've read fewer nonfiction books this year, but still some really good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So this is my current read. It is a fresh current read, and then I started reading it today, but I'm already like 30% in. It is an audiobook, and it's only like a 7-hour audiobook.
Okay.
So it's a little shorter. Let me tell you what the book is. I haven't said it yet.
You sound like me right now.
I'm just getting swept away. So the book I'm currently reading is The House of My Mother by Shari Franke.
Okay, I've not heard of it.
None of that sounds familiar to you? Okay, this is a very topical book. Let me go ahead and just read the blurb first. Okay, there is a subtitle to this. It's A Daughter's Quest for Freedom.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Could go so many ways.
From eldest daughter Shari Franke, the shocking true story behind the viral 8 Passengers family vlog, now the subject of a new Hulu docuseries, which I've watched, and the hidden abuse she suffered at the hands of her mother, and how, in the face of unimaginable pain, she found freedom and healing. Shari Franke's childhood was a constant battle for survival. Her mother, Ruby Franke, enforced a severe moral code while maintaining a facade of a picture-perfect family for their wildly popular YouTube channel, 8 Passengers, which documented the day-to-day life of raising 6 children for a staggering 2.5 million subscribers. But a darker truth lurked beneath the surface. Ruby's wholesome online persona masked a more tyrannical parenting style than anyone could have imagined. As the family's YouTube notoriety grew, so too did Ruby's delusions of righteousness. Fueled by the sadistic influence of relationship coach Jody Hildebrandt, together they implemented an inhumane and merciless disciplinary regime. Ruby and Jody were arrested in Utah in 2023 on multiple charges of aggravated child abuse. On that fateful day, Shari shared a photo online of a police car outside of their home. Her caption had one word: finally. For the first time, Shari will reveal the disturbing truth behind 8 Passengers and her family's devastating involvement with Jody Hildebrandt's cultish life coaching program, Connections. No stone is left unturned as Shari exposes the perils of influencer culture and shares for the first time her battle for truth and survival in the face of her mother's cruelty. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to just go back to my Falling with Leaves, even though I didn't like it. And I think that might be the most joyful book I've ever read compared to what you just read to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just tell you I'm not going to read this book.
It is, yeah.
I'm
it's
depressed
hard.
now. You really brought us down.
I told you. I told you it was very different. So this is memoir. And it was just released, I believe, in January. And I had a friend, and she told me, you've got to read this right now. And so I put it on my library hold, and then I borrowed it from the library, and then I let it expire before I read it. So I hadn't read the book yet, but then over the summer break, I watched the Hulu documentary.
What's the documentary called?
It's called like Devil in the Family, the Ruby Franke story.
Okay, I've heard of Ruby Franke. I never watched this YouTube channel or anything like that, but I know when this came out, like all of my students were like obsessed. Like they were all deep diving.
Yeah, it's so interesting, like the disparity between the persona that was on this online family vlog of like a perfect religious family and then the experience of the children behind the scenes. And yeah, so the Hulu documentary series, I'm glad I watched it because it has a lot of like the actual footage from the YouTube channel. So I got to like see it all. I am only 30% into this book so far.
I mean, when I asked, do you like it?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, are you like...
I'm intrigued. I'm invested. I want to know. The difference between... Because Shari and one of the brothers, they were interviewed as part of the documentary series. But this memoir is already much more personal than that.
Yeah.
And she's able to talk a little bit more about her experience growing up rather than just the like... Ruby Franke of it all from the documentary series, which was a little bit more just like shocking and shock value. It's about child neglect and abuse. So it's rough, but it is so interesting. And I'm sure, especially as it gets into like the Jodi Hildebrandt of it all, once she becomes involved with the family.
That part this is going to be weird. When I say I like it, not like, oh, I love it. But in that same way, very interesting. Like any of the conversations that kind of go into like cult-like behavior, and how people get sucked into that kind of stuff, that's really interesting to me.
Like the psychology of it and how people can get like swept up in it and go along with. I think that's the part that's going to be so interesting is like, especially in the documentary series, like the father is interviewed and he's like, I went along with this because of blah, 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 blah. That is very interesting to me.
Did he know how much abuse was happening? I mean, he's living in the home, so how could he not? Or was he involved, or was it just more like a observer?
He wasn't in the house for all of it. So that's part of it too, is like the way that Jodi Hildebrandt was able to like further isolate the family and convince people to leave the house. And so like not, but again, you also have to kind of take with a grain of salt, like how much of his account from that documentary series was true.
That's right.
Because
do you think that it's the daughter who wrote this, right?
Shari.
Do you think that it is legitimately her who wrote it, or do you think this is like with the ghostwriter's help or like with some type of...
I don't know. I don't know that I can ever really tell when a ghostwriter is involved. I mean, this very much does feel true to her experience so far.
Like how's the writing style and stuff like that? I mean, obviously there's a good dose of editing that's going to go into any of that, but I was just curious.
Well, and I'm also listening to the audiobook, which is read by her.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah. So it's just like her telling her story. So, I mean, it's not an easy listen, but it's easy to move through the story, if that makes sense, because of the way she's telling it.
I could see a lot of people being interested in that, though.
Yeah, I think this has been a really big book this year. And like I said, it's only about like, I think 7 hours on audio. Yeah. So it might be a tougher read, but it won't be like a long read where you're going to have to sit with it for a really long time.
This is one of those books that I am intrigued in it. I'm not going to read it because just my mental health just can't take that. But it is a book that I would love to sit and talk about with someone who had read it.
Yeah.
And like have all the conversations to be had about like the topics and the themes of the book or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't actually want to read it.
And I think this is an important topic for us to be discussing, especially as like family blogs, vlogs, influencers, like the whole discussion of like, what is the ethics around having your children on social media in a way that you're profiting off of them?
Terrifying, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really curious to see the rest of her perspective through the rest of the story, even though I know a little bit about how everything ends up playing out.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nonfiction November took us down a notch.
Guys, we'll make it through. Okay.
What are you currently reading?
Well, to say the exact opposite, I don't even know if it's the exact opposite. I think it is just so far in the other direction. Not only is it fiction,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not even just about like humans. Okay.
Oh?
So I am reading, and by reading, started today, Mate by Hazelwood.
Yeah. Fun. I haven't read this one yet.
I know that you had it. I know that you have it. Like
Yeah.
you've bought it, but neither of us have read it yet. So I am kind of excited. It also has like a 4.2 on Goodreads, which is kind of pretty high for this book because a lot of people did not like.
Okay. I have seen so many like mid reviews.
Really? 4.2? Like that seems high to me.
That does seem high to me too.
I thought it'd be lower, to be honest. Okay. Let's see. Mate by Hazelwood. This is the second in a series, her Bride series. I'm trying to think, like, it should probably be okay. It's going to be a standalone, so I feel like I can read it. Don't you think?
Surely.
Okay.
Yeah.
If it gets too spoilerish, I will just stop. Okay. A human hybrid. See, told you. And an alpha werewolf. Told you. Claw. Okay, gross. I already don't like this. A human hybrid and an alpha claw against the bonds of fate in the highly anticipated companion novel to the New York Times bestselling Bride. Serena Paris is orphaned, packless, and one of a kind. Coming forward as the first human-were hybrid was supposed to heal a centuries-long rift between species. This is not what I thought this was about. Okay,
Really?
Hold on. Instead, it made her a target, prey to the ruthless political
Machinations.
Yes, dang it. I literally was like, machination. Nope. Okay. Let's just move on. Between wares, vampires, and humans. With her enemies closing in on her, she has only one option left. If he'll have her.
Is it a political marriage of convenience?
I don't know. Let's see. As Alpha of the Norse. Nothing about Norse. Norse mythology has nothing to do with this. As Alpha of the Northwest Pack, Keon Alexander commands obedience. See, this is my feminist. It's like in no way in the real world will I ever be okay with that sentence.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, okay. His authority is so absolute. Only a fool would threaten his mate. It doesn't matter if Serena doesn't reciprocate his feelings. Nothing will stop him from keeping her safe. But power-hungry vampires and wares are not the only threats chasing Serena. Sooner or later, her past is bound to catch up with her. And Cohen, I think it's Cohen, because the O is before the E. So let's just go ahead and...
I think it's Cohen.
I'm really just butchering this thing. And Cohen might be the only thing standing between her and total annihilation.
Dun, dun, dun.
Literally says ... at the end of that. Okay, that was brutal to get through. I am so sorry.
I do love that she like needs his protection.
Again, that's what I'm saying. In real life, I would hate that.
Yeah.
But in a book, I'm like, okay. Yeah, you protect her. I would hate that in real life.
Pretend like she's your mate so you can
Yeah.
keep her safe.
Okay.
What does he get out of this? Okay, sorry. I'm so intrigued by this.
I'm sure he gets something out of it. Okay, here, I thought this, you read Bride.
I did.
Okay, so Bride, the first one in the series, was about a vampire and a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
And they do kind of get forced,
A political marriage.
They get forced to be together and whatever to like create some type of peace between these two.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of that one, there is the guy who like it sets it up for the next book to be his story. I don't think this is this guy.
You
Is
don't?
it?
I think so. Isn't he like one of the other alphas from one of the other packs and he's like a jerk?
Maybe. Is that Cohen? Not Keon.
I mean, it's been, oh gosh.
It's been a long
How
time.
long has it been since I've read Bride?
Reading that did not give me the vibes of that guy for some reason.
Okay.
But really all I ever know is that he's a werewolf. So I mean, maybe
Maybe it didn't matter enough
Maybe
to
it
like
didn't matter
stick in the
enough.
brain.
But I remember reading the end of Bride and being like, oh, well, that's the next story. because I was kind of surprised that she was going to have a sequel, because at that point she didn't really have any sequels.
Well,
but
you know who she is, right?
Allie
Serena?
Hazelwood.
Serena?
Hold on. Yes, it's the friend,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, listen, I don't have a memory like you. I actually do remember, but I'm struggling with Bride because I get caught up on a few things with Bride, and so when I think of Bride, that's all I ever think of.
Yeah. I guess I just don't care about him. I'm like, oh yeah, it's the friend. Yeah, I'm excited to read about her. And like the guy could be anybody.
See, I feel like I was more interested in the guy, because doesn't he come back at the end, and you're like, oh,
I don't remember.
like he's forced to like watch over her or something. Okay, maybe it is him then. Right? Am I making up the name? Okay. We need to fact check this whole episode, because I may have just made up everything about Bride that might not be true. So this is Allie Hazelwood, though, which is weird for some people because she doesn't really do paranormal. She does more like STEM romance.
Mm-hmm.
So I personally liked Bride. A lot of people did not like it.
I loved it. I ate it up.
I did too. I'm sorry, ASMR. I liked it. Obviously, Allie Hazelwood, the book's steamy, so you probably need to know that going in. This one's like weird steamy, though, because they're paranormal and they're werewolves. I don't want to tell you more about that. I'm not going to go off on that rant. But, you know.
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. And if you don't.
You may not.
You may not. And by not, K-N-O-T, not. That's all I'm going to say. If you don't know what we're talking about, maybe just Google.
Or don't.
Or don't. Go in, and the second you hit that part, you're going to be like, oh. Someone literally, when they told me to read this book, they were like, oh, like I really liked it until this one part. And I was like, oh, like when? They're like, oh, you'll know. And I did. So I have a feeling that's also going to be included in this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure.
But she's also half were, though, so maybe not.
But they can still be.
I mean, it's still going to be a thing.
Yeah. They're still going to be like mates.
Yeah.
You know.
Maybe not. Okay, sorry. Let's just say it's a lot of werewolf anatomy, and you just
that's enough.
That's enough to know.
Yeah.
You're good. Maybe it's not.
How many times can we do it?
And how many times do I mean not with a K?
And not with
And not with an N. Who knows? Okay, let's move on.
Oh, I 100% reckon I'm going to read this.
Oh, I know you will. I'm excited. I think we're going to like it. I think knowing both of us, I think we're going to like it.
Yeah, and knowing that we liked Bride, I am intrigued by the people that have read it and said that they liked Bride but didn't love this one as much.
Really?
Yeah.
But I wonder if I liked Bride a lot because I did like the whole political marriage, and I like the werewolf and the vampire and like that whole dynamic. So I wonder if like because that's missing from this dynamic. Maybe that's why people didn't like it. But I like the whole like I will do anything to protect my mate kind of.
My wife. Touch her and die.
Touch her and die. Don't talk to my lady like that. That kind of stuff. Like
Again, in real life.
I would hate it. I would literally be telling my friends to run.
Yeah.
Like if my friends ever told me, oh, this person said this to me, I'd be like, get out now.
Save yourself.
Save yourself. Dodge that bullet. And then a fictional man says it, and I'm like, oh, so romantic. Okay. All right. So what's up next?
Okay. I already told you it was another nonfiction pick. I think you would actually like this one, though. So this is, again, a very summer book. This is one that...
Wait, summer's in the season, or summer's in you?
Summer's in me.
Okay.
I
we
was
all knew that.
strolling through Second Story Books a while ago and found this on their shelves, and it was like so up my alley that I had to buy it.
I'm intrigued for you to turn it around.
Okay, it is called Wild Girls: How the Outdoors Shaped the Women Who Challenged a Nation by Tiya Miles.
Oh, that's a cute cover.
Isn't it? It's so like mountainous.
And it's also like very like Mount Rushmore-esque to me, but it's like women's faces. But they're not on a mountain, but they're kind of on a mountain. I don't know. You see what I'm saying, right?
I see what you're saying. And one of the blurbs on the front says, thoroughly absorbing, a beautiful synthesis of diverse women's experiences. That's Jill Watts from the New York Times Book Review.
Oh, love Jill.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is the back of the book. A New York Times Book Review Editor's Choice and New York Public Library's Best Book of the Year.
New York likes this book.
I guess so.
The city, actually. The city read it, loves it.
In Wild Girls, award-winning historian Tiya Miles brings new context to icons like Sacagawea, Harriet Tubman, and Louisa May Alcott, and to underappreciated figures like the Fort Shaw Indigenous Girls Basketball Team, Native American activist Zitkala Sa. I know I did not say that correct.
And did better than I did saying Cohen, and it was 4 letters. So go on.
Also known as Gertrude Bonin, and more. This beautiful, eye-opening work puts girls of all races and the landscapes they loved at the center of American environmental history and celebrates the impact of the outdoors on women's independence, resourcefulness, and vision.
Okay, yeah, I'm in.
Right?
I want to read it.
Doesn't that sound amazing?
Yeah.
And
I love, because I really do love women, how empowering they are in real life.
What a bold stance to take. It's only like 130 pages.
Oh,
and
so
there's
easy.
like real pictures in here. I'm just
opposed to fake.
no, like pictures of the actual historical
Oh,
figures that are.
I know.
You're just giving me a hard time. I'm excited to read this one.
No, it also is. I don't know. The book's really vibey for some reason. I really
It is
like
so vibey. It's
I
like kind of
like it.
crunchy.
Yeah, I like it. It's really cute. Okay, so obviously you've not read it
I have not read it.
because it's up next.
Mhm.
But what do you? Oh, the author is a professor of history at Harvard University.
Mm-hmm. You know, I love a book that takes.
You know what Summer loves?
It takes like historical figures that are underrepresented or like their stories haven't really been told and like recontextualizes history from their perspective.
Yeah.
Love it.
I feel like, okay, it says that she's won all these prizes as well. The MacArthur Fellowship recipient,
Mm-hmm.
5 prize-winning works, including the National Book Award. Well, okay, the cover designer is Steve Attardo. That's probably not right. Good job, Steve.
Yeah.
Good job, Steve.
Props to you.
Props to Steve. I
Yeah.
took your book from you.
So I'm excited about this one. Another nonfiction November pick.
I do like the whole, like, just glimpsing into these different women who haven't always had their stories told necessarily, or maybe a different perspective, because obviously some of those we've heard of. But I like that she's connecting it to the landscapes that they loved.
Mm-hmm.
That's intriguing to me.
The nature part of it. Mm-hmm.
We do love a good nature book.
You know.
We do.
Yep.
We're going to say because of Robin.
Robin Wilkember.
We love her.
Fangirl.
Chef's kiss.
Okay. What's up next for you?
Okay. So I think I'm going to do it. This is a big old chunky one.
Say, can you lift it? It
I
looks
know.
like a door stopper right there.
It is. This cover. It's
So unfortunate.
It's so unfortunate. Talk about, Steve, you should have done this one too. Quicksilver. I'm sure you've heard of it, right?
Oh yeah. I've seen it
It
everywhere.
was super popular. I bought it when everybody was like going on and on and on about it. Let's be honest, that made me not read it right away.
You bought it, but you didn't read it.
I bought it because I didn't read it because I knew I'd want to at some point. And I think I was like at a bookstore that I don't get to go to very often. So I wanted to buy something because I usually try to, support my indies.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, I got to buy something. And I'm like looking around and I was like, okay, we'll pick this one up. And I'm pretty sure the bookstore owner was like, oh yeah, like it's pretty good. Like I've read it, whatever. So that's why I picked it up. But then of course I didn't read it because everyone was like, oh, Quicksilver. And anytime someone's going to start comparing a Fey man to my Fey men from ACOTAR, like,
You're on your guard.
oh my God. You don't mess with my mates like that, okay?
Plural.
Plural. Yes. Okay. So Quicksilver, Callie Hart, U.S. Today best-selling author,
Mm.
Callie Hart. 24-year-old Saris Fane. We should probably go ahead and just do a check on this. Let's get your interpretation of how to say her name. I do think it's Saris, but Fane. Fane?
Yeah.
Okay. I do think it's Saris too. Saeris.
I feel like that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
I couldn't get Cohen, but we got Saris Fane. Is good at keeping secrets. No one knows about the strange powers she possesses, or the fact that she has been picking pockets and stealing from the undying queen's reservoirs for as long as she can remember. In the land of the unforgiving desert, there isn't much a girl wouldn't do for a glass of water. That's kind of how I feel right now. But sooner or later, every secret comes out. When Saris comes face to face with death himself, capitalized D.
Okay.
Obviously, we're personified here. She inadvertently reopens a gateway between realms and is transported to a land of ice and snow. First time reading this, by the way. The Fae have always been the stuff of myth, of legend, and of nightmares. Don't talk about my Fae like that. But it turns out they're real. And Saris has landed right in the middle of a centuries-long conflict that might just get her killed. The first of her kind to tread the frozen mountains of, YV. How would you make that sound? Yvelia.
Wait, show me.
Yvelia.
Evelia?
In over 1,000 years, Saris mistakenly binds herself to Kingfisher, a handsome Fae warrior who has secrets and nefarious agendas of his own. He will usher her alchemist's magic to protect his people, no matter what it costs him or her. I feel like I could use a good Fae story right now.
Okay.
That's why I picked it up. Because I read a lot of witchy books in October.
You did.
And I love them. I'm going to read them all year long. But I read a lot. But I still want fantasy because I'm who I am, right?
You just need something a little different.
I think I just need something a little bit different. And I need it to just like get some Fae action going on. I do not like how I said any of that. I apologize for all of that as it was coming out of my mouth. I was like, don't say that. Okay. I'm intrigued by a few things. Like obviously this whole like when she comes face to face with death himself. She like opens a gateway and gets transported. Oh, is it time travel? Will I hate it?
No, I don't think it's time travel.
No,
I think it's realm travel.
No, I know. I was just being funny.
Oh.
It was a throwback to episode 6. Okay.
Sorry, I didn't get.
I'm just kidding. You didn't get it? Oh, okay. Which means no one else did. But yeah, like basically you're gonna be thrown between realms, which also sounds like a little bit like a Sarah J. Maas. So again, these are things that I'm like, I can't. So I just have to quit being snooty and just get over it and do it. People have loved this book though.
Oh yeah, I've heard great things.
So
I will say I recently finished Silver Elite.
Oh yeah.
Silver Elite, Quicksilver. Quicksilver came out first, but like the idea of like hidden powers was also one of those. So I'm like, ooh, similar.
Oh, interesting.
What
is that happening today? We're having a lot of that.
Well, I just think like in romantasy in general, there's a lot of like tropes and themes and but like that happens. Like there's a bunch of Fae stories. There's a bunch of
That's true.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll see.
I cannot wait to hear what you think, and then based on what you think about it, I will determine if I recommend read it or not.
I feel like you're kind of maybe not on books like this.
Yeah.
Like,
if you think it's good, I'll read it. I will pick up romantasy. It's just not what I typically reach for.
Yeah. Let's see what Goodreads gives it. I'm just curious.
I will say his name is Kingfisher. And every time I hear it.
You're from Kingfisher. Weren't you born in Kingfisher?
All my family's from Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
Kingfisher. The first, when I read Kingfisher, I thought Oklahoma in my head and I didn't say it.
Small town Oklahoma.
Small town Oklahoma. So yeah. When was this book? It's a recent release, isn't it?
It was another self-published.
December of 2024. 624 pages. The series Fae and Alchemy. One reason I decided to also pick it up is I'm pretty sure the next one's coming out.
Brimstone.
On the 18th of this month.
Oh.
Yeah, November 18th.
I have seen that cover everywhere. Because it's just like the title and it's not the like illustrated thing.
It's not this?
Like Quicksilver is.
Do you think Callie Hart designed the cover of this one too?
Yeah, I think she did.
I think she did.
And I think I first learned about this book when I was on TikTok, and people were talking crap on the cover. And I think Callie Hart is on TikTok and like saw the crap being talked about it and made other editions that people could purchase because a lot of people were like, I just can't get past the cover. I can't read it. So Brimstone coming out is just like the title on the cover and pretty.
Here's the thing. If I look at this cover, I don't like, it looks like a lot of fantasy book covers to me. I don't look at it and think it's like the worst cover I've seen. And know I'm very opinionated about covers. It's just there's some weird, like, it's a lot of like grayscale, and then there's like some butterflies in color. But it's like almost like embossed. Is that the word? Where like the butterflies are raised off of the page, and he has a tear.
It's like someone took a photograph and then put like
paint. Like I do Microsoft think it might be a real person. Like it looks like it's a person. Yeah. Right? Yeah. That looks real.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. Feel that tear though. And it's silver.
It's like 3D.
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
So it didn't say on the back that he cried silver tears. Would have read it sooner. Okay. So that's a wrap. That's it for our reading roundup. So now it is our spotlight segment.
Oh. I don't know what that was.
I can't even sing it because I don't even know how it's supposed to be sung. Okay, so we thought we would do something a little different today. For the next couple of podcasts, like obviously we're in November, so of course one of our favorite things to do is we got to match the season that we're in. If y'all don't do that, what's going on? Come on. So we are gonna do like a little gratitude jar where we have a few questions that we're gonna like pull out of a hat. That's not a hat.
It's actually a candle.
It's actually a candle. I'm ready for our ASMR.
Listen to the plastic.
It's this plastic candle with paper in it. And I have a candle that has a couple questions for Summer. And she has a candle with a couple questions for me. And they're just going to be, it's kind of like a rapid fire. This isn't meant to be like a super long discussion. Just a couple questions that has us reflect on something bookish that maybe had a big impact on us or that we're grateful for. Okay, you want to ask me first? Or you want me to ask you first?
I'm going to ask you. Okay. Tell me about an author that changed the way you think about storytelling.
Okay. So I think I could go a couple different directions here. Like obviously I have like my favorite authors and all that. And you have like Jane Austen. You have all the things. Yes, but I'm not going to go that direction. Someone popped into my head immediately. And I'm just going to have to go with her.
Okay.
Which I feel like if I thought about it longer, would she be the one? I don't know, but I'm going to say it. Callie Hart. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I've never read you, Callie. So when you're listening to our podcast.
TBD.
Yeah. Rebecca Ross.
Ooh, that's a good one.
When I read Rebecca Ross for the first time, I started with, a lot of people didn't really know much from her until Divine Rivals came out because that was kind of her like breakthrough, like where she was getting recognized like on the New York Times and things like that. But right before Divine Rivals, she published River Enchanted series. And I loved River Enchanted. Like I love this book so much that I literally finished the first one and then signed up for all of these like, how do I get a sample of the next book? Multiple sites trying to get a copy of book 2 so I could read it immediately because it hadn't been published yet. And I did. Okay. I don't know how I did. Don't ask me. I really don't know. But there is something about the way that Rebecca Ross writes that really moves me. I don't really know why. It's very poetic. It's very
like lyrical.
I was going to say musical, but I like lyrical better. And be the word she would use. She just had her writing style. I feel like she's very underappreciated for how beautiful her writing style is. Like I know people are recognizing her now, but like she deserves all of it. Like her writing style is beautiful to me.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
So I think that because like obviously I have my classics, but for like a lot of like my fun like goofy reads, it's like yeah, like I like them, but I don't know if the writing has been what's moved me.
Yeah,
in the stories. In River Enchanted, it was the writing that moved me.
Very cool.
So, anyways, that's what I'd say.
Nice.
Oh, okay. This is kind of fun. It's pretty similar. A book that changed the way you thought books could be.
Oh, okay. So this is kind of similar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the first thing that pops in my mind, when I was in college, I read
Twilight again. We know.
I did do that. No, I read The Princess Bride.
Oh,
And
that's a fun one for this question.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had never really read a book that did the things that one did
Mhm.
because of the way like it makes up everything, but it talks about it like it's real. And so I started reading that. I was like, wait, hang on. It keeps referencing like this like abridged version of a real story. And I was Googling, is this an actual story? Like who is the actual author? Like the way that book is written changed the way that I knew books could be.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? So I've obviously watched The Princess Bride a dozen times, probably more than that. But I've never read it.
Oh, it's so good.
And the reason I know what you're talking about is because we read Battle of the Bookstores this year. And that's one of the things, it's like a You Got Mail retelling. And one of the things he keeps like asking her to read, and then she reads it and she's so confused because she literally did what Summer is like, what is he referencing? Like, is this real? Is this not real? And he's like, no, it's not real. Like the author made it all. And she is so confused. And he's like, how do you not know that? And I didn't know any of that about The Princess Bride until reading that book. And then I think I was talking to you about it and you were like, oh yeah, I've read it. Anyway, so like I didn't know that you had read that.
It's so funny that you mentioned that because earlier this episode when we were talking about nodding, I was also thinking about Battle of the Bookstores.
Yes, because there's a book club.
Knitting and nodding.
I literally thought about that too.
So fun.
So
No,
fun.
it like the structure of that book is so interesting.
I love
and
that.
now I love a book that plays with structure and does funky things like that.
Like that multimodal.
But I think The Princess Bride was the first one I had read that really played with that.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's really cool.
You should totally read it.
I think I will, honestly, at some point. It had never been a story that I really kind of felt like I needed to read. I don't know if that makes sense. I've always loved like the classic.
Like obviously the movie's
the
great.
movie, and it's kind of like this cult classic, and like I've loved that. But I've never been like, oh, I want to read it because I'm such a fan.
It's so cool though.
But that's what obviously, that's what I've heard from you and from Battle of the Bookstore. So, okay. Who wrote Battle of the Bookstore? Do you remember? Wasn't it two people?
Yes. It's two authors that have a pen name together.
They were in Oklahoma City, and we were not available to get to go.
Love Stories.
Which is a local bookstore. It's actually a unique bookstore in the city. They like have a bridal shop that has a bookstore in it. So there's a romance bookstore that's inside of a like bridal shop. It's pretty cool.
The author of Battle of the Bookstores is Brady.
Brady. That's right.
It was cute. I liked that one.
Yeah, I did too.
Okay, next question for you.
Okay.
What is a book that feels like an old friend?
I probably have a lot of them. I mean, should I go with my heart book and say Lord of the Rings?
Probably. I feel like that makes a lot of sense.
Because that would probably be my favorite characters too. That would make me feel like that.
I feel like the way you talk about that book, you talk about it like an old friend.
You know what's funny is I have not actually reread Lord of the Rings multiple times. I have read it, don't mishear me, but like I haven't like just like reread it over and over. My husband reads it all the time.
Which is funny because you read books like every year.
I do. But just like the impact that book had on me, but then also like because my husband is also a huge Lord of the Rings fan, it's so referenced all the time in our home. Like we use the quotes all the time. My son's 7th birthday is Hobbit themed, and he picked it. I'm so excited.
So cute.
So probably that. I think it just like it feels like a book that like I lean into the story. Like I think like Tolkien in general would almost be like he feels like a warm hug to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see it. I see it.
All right. There's probably a lot of others I could list on that too, but all right. Okay. What is a book that expanded your worldview?
Oh, okay.
I feel like I could guess.
What would you guess?
I don't know. It's probably what you're going to say is probably before, but I would almost say like Braiding Sweetgrass.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But maybe your Angeline Dooley person.
Booley.
Yes.
I mean, yeah,
that's how I said that. That was so embarrassing. I'm sorry.
That could be it too. No, I think oh man, there's so many that could go that I could talk about with this prompt. I do love in general books that expand my worldview and like help me to be more empathetic for a bunch of things that I would never experience myself.
Yeah.
So books, I've previously mentioned this one on the podcast, but Disability Visibility by Alice Wong. Love that one. How the Word is Passed by Clint. Oh gosh, what's his last name? That's another one that it's about the way we tell the story and teach the story of slavery in America.
Okay.
Even books like maybe White Fragility. Like there's a lot of books that I have done a lot of learning from that have expanded the way that I live in the world and the way that I like have empathy for people whose experiences are different than my own.
Yeah, you do like books like that a lot. What's interesting is like it's not that I dislike books like that. It's harder to convince me to read it. And then when I do read it, I'm like, oh my gosh, it was so good.
Yeah.
Like, why did I take so long to read it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not necessarily easy reads always. It's growing in that way is not easy or comfortable. You're putting yourself in the position to be uncomfortable by learning things that might challenge your worldview.
And I think more people do want to seek that kind of thing out. Like, I think that is something that both of us like to be challenged on. But some of those things are obviously harder for others. And I don't think that that's like a critique necessarily. It's like the more you read of those type of things, the more comfortable you get with being challenged in those areas. But those are good. I can see like with the worldview, like that word use on here, like going that direction with those books. No, that's good. I like that.
Okay.
What's my question?
For you, the sound of the paper opening. Who is a person that inspired your love of reading?
Okay, well, I know immediately. So I did read when I was younger. But I wouldn't say that I was the reader I am today when I was younger. A little bit of story about me. I don't even know if you know this.
Something to know about Beccah.
Something you might not know about Beccah is she, me. I talked about myself in third person. It was weird. I had some like reading, I don't know if disability is the right word. I'm sure some of that terminology has changed like over time, and I'm kind of out of that. You're in the school, you probably know, but like whatever that is, where like I went to like special classes to help with like phonics and things like that. So it's like I poke fun at myself, but that's why I struggle with like seeing spelling of a word and not know, because like phonics was really hard for me.
Yeah.
And it's always been this thing that my mom has always like been like, I still can't believe that like you have like an English degree and like went into like teaching literature, and like books and reading became so much a part of you, because when you were little, and I watched how much of a challenge it was like so hard for you. And so like when I was younger, reading was very hard. And so when I got to college, I had a professor who still in my life today, she's my mentor at this point. She would have been my mentor through college, and I can still consider her like that for me today. Her name was Shari, and she just, the way that she would teach, I basically had her for comp in college, and I just loved how she taught anyways. And again, it would have been a class that would have been hard for me, which is funny because that is literally what I teach now. And I love teaching composition. But I had to take a lit class like you do in college, and I fell in love with the way that she told stories and how she talked about stories and how she talked about authors. And she completely I knew like immediately, it's like I want to do this. Like I want to help people like me who struggled with reading and writing talk about books and like learn to write and things like that.
Wow.
So
Beccah.
anyways, so yeah. Sorry. Just kidding. I'm not getting emotional,
what an
but
amazing story.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So, but it is like, and like as an adult, like obviously like I can kind of like laugh at myself because like I know I struggle with like how I say things or whatever, but it was like I was in special classes because phonics and like all these things.
Sure.
And like I had to, I think they called it like gifted and talented. I don't know. That is literally what they called it, but it was like a developmental thing.
Interesting.
Is that what it's still called today?
No. Well, I mean, there are like gifted and talented programs, but it is separate from like supplemental resources.
So is gifted and talented programs today actually mean like you do test higher?
I think so.
Because
Like you have to test into it.
Yeah, mine was like you were testing lower.
Interesting.
Am I making this up?
No, I mean, if that's what you remember.
I remember like being like, oh, you get to go to like this special class.
So you could have also been twice exceptional, which is
Of course I am. I don't know what that means, but yes, I am.
It's like the term for someone that might have like a learning disability or other disability, but also be gifted and talented.
Okay, so maybe it wasn't like they were just trying to make me feel good, put me in a program. Thanks for saying that. It's probably not true, but I appreciate that. I'm gonna run with that. Okay. I'm gonna read you a question now.
Okay.
Oh.
We went a lot of places there.
We did. Sorry. It was an emotional ride. Right then. We went from completely ridiculous and unhinged to very emotional in this episode. Okay. What is a book from childhood that you have reread as an adult that still means something to you?
Okay. So I remember being in 6th grade. What was the class called? It was like
Gifted and Talented.
No, it was like whatever the reading class was in 6th grade. It was like reading and writing or something.
I was like reading. I think the class was probably just called reading.
And I read a book called The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. Have you read this book?
Say it again.
The Westing Game.
Westing?
Mm-hmm.
Like WEST?
Mm-hmm.
ING.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of this.
Oh, Becca, you
Should
have to
I?
read it. Yes.
Should I read it?
It's a classic. I believe it's a classic. Let me look at the published date.
I think this also shows a difference in our age, though. Like, this is not what I would have been reading in 6th grade. And obviously, you were a different generation of...
Okay. First edition, 1978.
Okay.
So, The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin. It's like a bit of a mystery. And like, it's one of those like people have been gathered because someone died and like they're all named in the will.
This is where it started for you.
Maybe this is where it started. No, Nancy Drew was before this.
Nancy Drew is where it all started.
But so it's like a game. It's an inheritance game of like these people have to figure out why they're named in the will in order to be the ones to inherit. And so that's like the mystery.
I'm assuming though it's like middle school age.
Yeah, it is like a middle grade book.
What do they call that? Because it wouldn't be YA. Like what's before YA? Middle grade? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I read it and I loved it. And when I was flying back from somewhere in Europe.
Oh, wow. She's so fancy.
Travel drop right there.
No. And I was on one of my many travels in 6th grade to Europe.
Not many. Not many. No.
And I was just from Kingfisher, Oklahoma.
As an adult, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Now, as an adult, I was like trying to be all like special about like, I have this really long flight. What book do I want to bring with me to read? And that was one of the books that I brought because I wanted to reread it. I hadn't read it since middle school. And I reread it and it held up. It was so good.
That's so fun.
The Westing Game by Ellen Raskin.
You want to know what a book like that for me is? And I have not reread it as an adult. And I'm kind of like, what if it's not as good as I remember? And what if it was like cultural appropriation?
Oh, no.
I don't think so. Because I do think it was written by a Native American author. But it was called Walk Two Moons.
No, never heard of it.
This book, when I tell you I reread this book over and over and over. No, it was definitely a Native American author. Okay, good. So I was like, you need you to read this.
Walk Two Moons by Sharon Creech.
Okay. I read this book over and over and over as a kid. Maybe we should challenge each other to read our kid book.
I love it.
Like you read Walk Two Moons and I read
The Westing
Game.
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
That'd be so fun. I have not reread this though.
I would also reread The Westing Game again.
So fun. I mean, yours had almost a 4. It was a 3.99 and this is a 4.0. I mean, so like they're pretty well loved books.
They hold up. Mm-hmm.
I have this too. So we could actually give our physical copy.
I have my old copy of it. That's so fun. Becca.
Okay, maybe we should do that.
Maybe we should do this.
That's cute. Okay.
Okay, one more question for you.
Okay.
What is a bookish conversation that impacted you?
Oh, the one we just had a few minutes ago. I'm just kidding. I have multiple, obviously. My friend asked me the other day, she was like, can you think back on your life and how many of the most important people in your life currently that you had a significant book conversation with them that started your guys' friendship. And there are a lot of them, like of my people, like you being one of them. Like we met over bookish conversation. So I would definitely say that's one of mine. We talked about that on the first episode. But the one I think of is actually the friend who asked me that was a conversation with her, with my best friend. And we were in college and the Hunger Games had come out and the third Hunger Games book had just released or whatever. We were reading it. She had already finished it and I stayed up all night to finish it. And the third book's actually my favorite, which I know most people's not their favorite of the 3 Hunger Games books. But I, even college Beccah, loved the psychological struggle.
Yeah.
And I thought that book was just like, it wrecked me to watch like Tiya go through what he goes through in that book. And I called my best friend after I finished it. Like we've been friends since college and just like wept about this book to her. And we talked about the third Hunger Games for hours of her just like letting me feel all my feelings and her feeling all her feelings and us talking about it. And to this day, we still like, we don't like laugh about it, but we're like, you remember that conversation about the Hunger Games? I'm like, I do. It was so important to me because it was like, I knew I was being completely ridiculous being that emotionally invested in these characters where I was like wrecked. Because I don't really get that way about characters very often. But it was so real to me. And just to have like your friend like listen to that for hours. I mean, we were probably on their phone for 2 or 3 hours talking about Tiya.
Wow.
I don't know. It was like just a really special one where I felt like really seen and like no one made me feel dumb for like crying about a fictional character.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That's probably like one of the most impactful, like, and it's so stupid. Like we literally, I was just like, and then it's like mine, like he doesn't remember. So, like, is it real or not real?
Stupid. It's not stupid.
So,
and like you still carry it today.
And like I still have like a special place for the Hunger Games because of that like conversation and those moments. I mean, they're great stories and they're great movies. But
so this is not the same, but I also have like a Hunger Games special memory that like also keeps those books very special to me, and that my dad is a reader, but
he cried too for 3 hours about I wish that was the story, but
not quite. He kind of rediscovered reading as an adult because of the Hunger Games.
Really? I love that.
Funny story. He was a PE teacher before he retired, and for some reason he had like there was some curriculum requirement that every class had to do book reports, and he was a PE teacher and had to do book reports. And so
that's interesting. Okay.
I don't know what the curriculum was at the time, but so he would just tell kids like read a book and then come tell me about it. And he would ask them questions and just like see if he thought they actually read it. And he had so many kids telling him about the Hunger Games that he's like, man, I guess I gotta read this book. This was before the movies came out too, I think. And I had obviously read them, owned the books, and he asked me like, hey, can I read your Hunger Games book? And the special memory is that I distinctly remember sitting on the couch next to him as he was reading the Hunger Games, and I was like perched on his shoulder reading like along with him. Like we were reading the page at the same time.
Wholesome.
Yeah. It was
so
like
sweet.
such a special memory that like we read that book together. I've never done that with anyone. Like,
do you know, like a confession, I have not read the 2 more recent releases of the Hunger Games books because I'm afraid that for some reason, it will shatter this weird, special
Beccah,
connection with the Hunger Games.
Same.
Okay.
I haven't read them either.
Do you think it's for a similar reason?
I think it's because I hold them so dear.
I do too. And I'm just so afraid that these books are going to like mess it up.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, okay. Anyways, we can talk about that later.
Okay.
off the mic.
Bookish therapy.
But you know, I kind of like that's what this was about. Like things that we're grateful for, things that have shaped us.
Yeah.
Bookish wise. To start off November. Okay. Last question for you. What is a bookish feeling you're always chasing?
Okay, this will be a fun one to bring us back up.
Yeah, let's end on a high note. Because woo.
So just like the feeling of being so sucked into a story that you cannot put the book down. And almost that, like, you're reading it so fast, like you have to cover the page so your eyes don't skip down.
Well, I don't do that, but
well, I know you skip. I don't. So, but it's like you can't read it fast enough and you can't put it down, and like you're so in the story that like you just got to keep turning the pages. But your eyes like love that betray feeling, you and like try to skip ahead.
I do love that feeling.
I don't know that I've had that in a while. Like, what book gives you that like feeling? It's like what I'm always chasing.
Though, I think that earlier when we were talking about like a book I wish I could reread, I think that is why I choose ACOTAR. That's how I felt reading it. I was just so sucked in and so joyfully sucked in, because even though it's like it's war and like all these things, but I was just like, I love these people, like they're my friends, and I didn't want to put it down. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure I read, like, even because I've read all of them now at this point, because of Crescent City and all the things, but like some of them are huge books and I would read them in like a day or two because I just couldn't put them down. Yeah. That is such a good feeling to chase. I saw it listed somewhere as like a bookish thing, and I kind of love it. Someone throw it in there. The like chasing books that match the season. I think that I do that. I don't think I really realized I did that until like I kind of read that and I was like, oh, it is such a good feeling to like find the book that maybe that's my mood reading part of me. Maybe. Like I like to find the book that like, what do I feel like at that time? Yeah. And this time of year, that's going to be like, I need all the fall. I need all the spooky season. And like, I almost like obsess over it. I kind of like that feeling too. I do like that too. Or even just the feeling of like reading on a rainy day. And this was fun. I liked this little gratitude jar. Me too. Yeah. I love it. Well, guys, that's it for today. I hope that you had fun with this one. And I know we kind of were all over the place. But we just want to thank you for listening and joining in on our bookish discussions. If you enjoyed our podcast, please take a moment to rate and review us on whichever platform you're using to listen. That will help us to grow and find more people to talk books with. And connect us on social media. You can find us on I Reckon I'll Read It on Instagram. For today, we're going to cut and run, but join us next episode on I Reckon I'll Read It. Bye. Bye. That was a good one. That was the best sound effect of the day. I have had some really bad ones. Yeah, I'm 30% in. I'm getting a toe cramp. What is happening? My toe's cramping. Is it because I said I don't want to read nonfiction? Like, I'm sorry. Do you need me to, like, massage it? Will you massage my one toe, please? Fork it over here. I'm so sorry. I couldn't even keep a straight face and just started like, okay. I think I've got it worked out.